Let's take you out to the Oregon coast right now. Here's a nice look from our Skycam at Pacific City. A few breaks in the clouds even. The sea looks angry, and it's going to stay that way. 51 degrees, west winds at 11 miles an hour at Pacific City. But back to those big swells that are coming our way. This is a forecast. We actually get forecasts of swells. And did you see the red turning into yellow aimed right at the Oregon coast? You get into the red numbers, and you're looking at 35, 40-foot swells. Now, luckily, thankfully, they devolve a bit and decay as they roll towards the Oregon coast, but still yellow means 30 footers. So there are going to be extremely large waves coming into the Oregon coast right when all those photographers are out there taking pictures of the king tide. So just be really careful because the water's going to be big either way, especially with the combination of the tides and the big swells that are coming on shore. And it's going to stay rather stormy on the coast for several days now as we go into next week. There's Newport. It's 48 and the wind's out of the south at 18, so it is blustery. In Portland, also rainy and 51 and southwest winds at 15 miles an hour. So we've got a winter weather advisory in the Cascades. Tomorrow's going to be a gray powder day, and I'm just going to keep saying that all week long because now that the snow level is dropping below the passes and it's going to stay there, the snow is going to be coming in feet, which I will show you in just a minute. Also, up to the north, a winter weather advisory, the purple areas around Mount Rainier and then up around the North Cascades National Park under winter storm warnings until tomorrow morning too. So it is all happening up in the mountains, and there is snow in the mountains right now, but also in the valleys. We've had some heavy rain push through Troutdale. Another batch about to roll into southwest Portland. You can see right there. So again, it's wet out there. We will see the rain sort of turn over into showers later on tonight, but then pick back up again tomorrow. Still, we haven't really picked up a lot of measurable rain. Vancouver, Portland, hardly anything. 700s now at Aurora, 300s in Hillsborough and in Scappoose. And over on the Oregon coast, Astoria has clicked up to 1/4 of an inch, which is nothing compared to the 2.5+ inches they had yesterday, which, by the way, was not a record. The record rainfall for Astoria for January 6th is over 3 inches. So, you know, it is that time of year, right? All right, here's our current system moving on shore. One area low pressure there, one there. That's pushing on in. We're going to see a secondary cold front form up out here and increase the showers tomorrow. And it's also going to increase the snowfall. But the overall pattern is going to be a really stormy one as we get system after system rolling into the west coast. And the question, of course, is about how cold it's going to get. And it will get colder next week. Now, the one day where we may end up basically dry is not tomorrow, but Thursday. This is Thursday night, still snowing in the Cascades, but notice the valleys have dried out. So if you want to get some dry time in, Thursday is the day to plan on here in the valleys because Friday it gets wet as a very strong storm moves on down the coast of Vancouver Island. It'll be blustery with the winds, but look at the snow in the Cascades and throughout eastern Oregon here. It will be snow. We're going to get several feet of snow, not just in the Cascades, but in all of the mountain ranges of Oregon. As we go into Saturday, still rain in the valleys and snow in the Cascades. The snow level will actually bounce up a little bit on Sunday as we get slight warming here. See, we're still looking at rain in the valleys, but snow in the Cascades. And then next week is when it gets colder here in the valleys. Now, it still remains to be seen if we're going to be able to combine the cold with moisture and get valley snow. Too soon to tell on that one. There's a lot of conflicting information about that. But nonetheless, it is quite certain that it will get cold next week. It'll be the coldest weather that we've seen of the year so far. And there is that potential for some valley snow. We'll just have to wait and see how that lines up. 59 in Troutdale today, 58 in Portland. So anything but cold. These temperatures way above average by like 10, 15 degrees. 58 at Pendleton. LeGrand was 44. Roseburg 56 and it was 51 down in Florence. Outside right now, we've got 51 and the freezing level has dropped. It was 8,000 feet this morning. It's now down to 4,900 feet. So it is going down. It will continue to fall. On the coast, frequent showers and breezy. Winds about 30 miles an hour. In the valleys, we're also looking at lots of rain. Frequent showers tonight and tomorrow. Highs and lows both in the 40s. No more 50s. Winter weather advisory in the Cascades. 6 to 10 inches of new snow as the snow level drops to 2,500 feet by tomorrow night. So a great powder day tomorrow. And I'm just going to keep saying that all week long. Rain, snow showers central and eastern Oregon, snow level about 2,500 feet. In the Gorge, also rainy, west winds up to about 30 miles an hour. And in the Portland area, we've got showers tonight. We've got them tomorrow, highs and lows both in the 40s. Now, the 7-day forecast, again, heavy Cascade snow. As I said, we'll be measuring it in feet, several feet by the time we roll, let's just say through the next several days. Our snowpack getting an incredible boost. The skiing will be amazing. And then a high of only 40 on Monday and 38 on Tuesday with the snow level down around 500 feet. So we'll be watching next week quite carefully.
Oh, yeah.